Hello everyone, it is just episode 5 here, and this is the review of War Incorporated Battlezone. Now, Hunter on Toast isn't able to review with me, as he's recently had his computer completely destroyed in a motherboard failure, which is, bad. He will be, however, getting an Alienware computer, possibly somewhere around July. I'll try and keep you posted as much as possible, but also I barely know much about it. So, War Incorporated Battlezone is a first-person shooter with a third-person kind of aspect to it. The textures are pretty good. I couldn't get it on Ultra, even though this is a computer that can run Battlefield 3 on Ultra without problems. Throw it to a bug thing or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, the first few things that I noticed when I got back into this game was the company has emphasized a large amount on the whole pay-to-win aspect of the game. Now this is a model, a business model, where you pay for the most overpowered, ridiculous weapons you can think of, and you use it against the other players at your own advantage. You know, the people who have paid are at a much bigger advantage than the players who haven't. I find this to be a very stupid move on the developer's part because after every single match I've been pestered by the stupid thing to, if you had VIP, you'd be getting this boost. I'm thinking, yeah, and, if you were a good developer, you wouldn't have this in here in the first place. Obviously, the game is new. It's been out for just a while. Not too sure how long, but it's the pay to win is a really big problem in this game. Like, it's everywhere, every single place you can think, every single player who has ridiculously overpowered armor and weapons. It's just weird and just bad as fuck. It's like Nexon. It's like Nexon made this game, and I doubt that they did, because they make combat arms, and combat arms is full of hackers, and it's only a matter of time until this game is as well. Anyway. So yeah, there's capture the flag, self-explanatory. You just need to go around capturing flags all day. But here's an interesting feature I found about the weapon system. The weapons are for the most part, they're timed. It means you've only got a certain amount of time to actually use them, which is a very interesting mechanic because, when you I guess that's the developer's way of trying to balance out the pay-to-win aspect. By making the weapons timed, the person who's paid only has a short time to, be completely ruthless and everything. But another way I've noticed is the weapons usually take the same amount of time to kill a player. However, I have noticed on certain occasions being killed in about, a quarter of a second, by a person running around with what looked like a golden Desert Eagle. I'm not sure what it's called exactly in the game, but it was Desert Eagle nonetheless. Another thing I've noticed is this is probably the most fucked up physics system I've ever played with. It is completely deranged. I was shot in a multiplayer server when I wasn't recording, and my character started doing what I thought was humping the floor. His legs were through the floor, and he was glitching like shit. It was insanely stupid. I don't get why. On other occasions, you can have massive battles where teamwork is essential, and other times you can have, just normal battles and all that. But yeah, it's a very interesting game nonetheless. I really like how the developers have put it together, but pay-to-win aspect is really what killed it for me. I will go back and play this game for a bit longer, but the pay-to-win aspect is really what's drawing my focus away from this game and onto other first-person shooters. That's why I think developers nowadays need to realize that with games, the pay-to-win aspect might seem like a good idea at first. You might think you're going to make a lot of money, but in all honesty, it's the free-to-play players who play the game, enjoy the game, and then pay for features such as premium or VIP or whatever it is you call it. Those people are the ones who are funding you, basically. Your investors, just small amount. None compared to the amount that the consumers and the players are giving you. You need to balance the shit out of your game if you have any chance of officially releasing it and not getting screwed over in the market by some other game that waltzes in without a pay-to-win system. That's the most annoying part, I find. But of course, by the looks of it, they are trying to fix it. They are adding new features every day. But the weird thing is, I closed out of the game to go into Vegas, Sony Vegas, and start recording this voiceover, and my internet browser suddenly flicked over to a survey, and it asked me, just a few questions. I'm a little concerned as to how the fuck it did that anyway. So it asks me, what new features do you want to see in future? And I think you're asking what features we want, and your game is broken as fuck. That's just a stupid move on their part. They said, what features do you want to see implemented in the near future? And I said, maybe you should be more considering the bug fixes. Now I was giving them constructive criticism here. I'm saying, maybe you should be giving them ideas on, maybe you should, instead of getting ideas for features, you should be getting ideas on what bugs people are experiencing, what needs to be changed and fixed, not the whole features thing, because that's not going to get you anywhere. Once the game is at a point where there's barely any noticeable bugs, then you're fine. That's the point where you can go on. The problem is, I think the developers are being naive about this. They think that the bugs are just going to go away. They're not. You need to sit down, you need to seriously motivate your team and think, how are we going to get rid of these bugs? And then you've got your answer. And once you've got rid of the bugs, more people will be playing. Then you just need to fix the pay-to-win system. I mean, sure, you might need to get paid money. You need to generate some revenue. Here's how to do that. And sorry for hitting the microphone just then. Here's how to do that. The players themselves are the revenue. They're potential investors in your game. Take a lesson from Valve here that, in fact, you should always take a lesson from Valve. Yeah, take a lesson from Valve. Your consumers are the ones that keep your company alive. They're the ones who buy the game. I own, this part of the game. Like, I own a weapon in the game. And I've bought that with real money, so that becomes mine. You're giving them an item, they're giving you money. That's revenue, is it not? So, if you want revenue, all you need to do is take away the pay-to-win system and implement something else. I don't know, like renting out servers or something. You should have the server software lying around you're hosting it. Rent that out for like couple of I don't know how much you would rent out a server. Yeah, but so yeah, there are other ways. Like, for example, if you took out the weapons, armor, like anything that makes an effect on the player, and put in premium stuff that was cosmetic only, then the pay-to-win system would be obliterated, but people would still have something to buy. Like the masks, for example, the skull masks I saw, they look great, but you were not making them for premium only. People would buy it because of the aesthetic awesomeness of how cool that character looks. I mean, if you're walking around in a dragon costume, killing people with a normal weapon that everyone has, you would feel good, because you're the dragon. So anyway, take a lesson from Valve, and seriously, developers of this game, make every single thing that premiums can get and other people cannot, make it aesthetic. It will make the world of a difference. Anyway, this is George05 for Silver Soul Gaming, reviewing War Incorporated Battlezone. Okay, thanks, bye.